So it's up to you. If you're in the chat, place your bets on who you think is going to be this week's champion. Terran or Protoss, ByuN or MaxPax. It is up to you. Up to you to decide. As we make our way to game one and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have the Danish Protoss player representing Storm Gaming, the best Protoss in all of Europa. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. This is it. This is where it all ends. We have seen MaxPax. We have seen his PvT prowess. Earlier today, we saw MaxPax. We saw him take down Clem. We saw him take down Oliveira as well. Terrans that have been dropping like flies before MaxPax, before the might of his 4-gate Blink Stalker. What can ByuN do? What can ByuN bring to the table that Clem and Oliveira could not? Wait to find out. As that first SCV sent out across the map, and ByuN, hello there, is looking to hide that SCV, keep it hidden from that probe, make its way into the natural, and are we going to be seeing an eBay block? Looks like we will. ByuN already going to be disrupting the opener of MaxPax, going to be forcing him to take an unnatural natural. Yeah, take that, Protoss. The eBay already has plenty of progress on it, and this will force MaxPax to expand elsewhere. This is very ZVP-esque, just like how Zergs are forced to expand elsewhere from pylon blocks. Similar thing here with eBay blocks as well. So this will make the defense a little bit awkward. It means that if ByuN opens up with Hellions after the Reapers, like, he can try to pull MaxPax apart. He can try to force him to split up his forces and, yeah, find vulnerabilities here in the defenses. Just going to make the early game that much more awkward for the Protoss. Oh my god, and this is something that we haven't seen in quite some time. It's been a couple of weeks, maybe a month, but ByuN is going to be throwing down some extra Raxes. This is looking like the beginnings of a 3 Rax, and yep, the 3rd Rax is on the way. This is really risky, especially considering what MaxPax is doing. MaxPax is going for a Twilight Council opener. It's going to be Blink Stalkers here from MaxPax. So the way this dynamic works, 3 Raxes are ideal against Stargate openers. If your opponent is going and amassing Phoenixes, then ByuN going from Mass Marine, he's gonna just annihilate and have his way with a Stargate opener. But it's a Twilight Council opener, so because of that, ByuN is gonna have to go into a more Marauder heavy style, and MaxPax will have more on the ground to kite and to deal with this army. Especially if MaxPax goes 4-gate. If our Protoss goes 4-gate Blink Stalker, then I'm going to worry a lot for ByuN. But we'll see. We'll see what kind of direction MaxPax goes in. As for now, the Marine count is just amassing here for ByuN. Oh, a lot of Marines are already getting picked off. 3 Marines. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it adds up over time. As MaxPax, he wants another Marine. Gonna be dancing here with the units of ByuN. Meanwhile, ByuN is working on Stim, combat shields. ByuN is still blind as to what his opponent is up to. He hasn't seen anything. No SCV scout, no Reaper scout. SCV was EBA blocking, remember? And MaxPax, he's going up to 3 gateways. He's got 3 gateways here in his main. He's got a Robo here at the natural, the unnatural natural, if you will. And already 3 gateways is a really good setup here to just build up a Stalker count, build up an army, move out across the map, and slow this down. With the Marine count as well, even though MaxPax, even though he hasn't seen too much, he can piece together what's going on. Likewise, because no Oracle or Phoenix has come in, we are already commencing Marauder production. ByuN, he's now aware that his opponent went for a Twilight Council opener. Here we go. Prism is on the way. Now, MaxPax should be expanding. We should be seeing a 3rd base behind this because it's only 3 gates from our Protoss player. There it is as the expansion. But again, the goal here for MaxPax is to slow down the army, is to chip away at the Marines, chip away at the Marauders before it gets across the map. Already, it looks like the bunker is going to be going down. Good blinks from MaxPax, not losing any of his stalkers. He has to be very careful there. He's playing with fire. MaxPax, he wants to force out a stim. Doesn't quite get it. Picks off a couple of Marines, but ByuN is looking to move out. Really mature play there out of ByuN. It looks like he's waiting for medevacs. He is delaying his 3 racks, aware that his opponent is being very active. He's respecting it by staying at home and waiting for a more opportune moment. But ByuN, sneaky boy, he sneaks out a good chunk of Marines. He's looking for some economic damage. MaxPax, his entire attention is across the map. He believes he's keeping ByuN contained, when really, anything but. Because we do have a hit squad here. SEAL Team 6 heading across the map, heading into a mineral line. MaxPax is not ready for it. Here we go, the Marines, they stim on forward. Probes are going to be going down. We force a recall. Despite that, a lot of workers are falling. Good target firing out of ByuN. 7 probes go down. Can we get an 8th? Not quite, but 7 workers nonetheless. Again, forced to recall. ByuN provided some more breathing room. As the prism comes back in. ByuN is in position. The medevacs have arrived, and now ByuN can go for some drop play. At the same time, the stalkers are moving out. Can we intercept? Looks like we can. Oh god! We can! Oof. We will be able to. We dive on in. Oh, not ideal. Medevac does go down, but we do trade out a lot of stalkers. Was a costly trade for MaxPax. Again, he did flinch. He did hesitate there for a moment when he saw those medevacs. He didn't realize how vulnerable they were. And ByuN is fighting back. He's waiting for the prism. Prism comes in. No! The prism was rallied in, and the prism is gonna go down. Oof. A big loss here for MaxPax. At the same time, the main army can push out across the map without a prism. That means that ByuN doesn't have to worry about a counterattack. He doesn't have to worry about a backstab. He can focus everything on his push. MaxPax is in some trouble. Now back at home, we have a Colossus, we have a shield battery, an overcharge. Our shield battery is finishing up here at the natural as well. So MaxPax, he's set up to defend at either base. But ByuN, he doesn't care about breaking this army. He's keeping the army distracted while he goes for a drop into the main. Recall is on cooldown. Well, we're going straight for the Forge. Forge is going to go down. Mines are going to be going off as well. At the same time, we can see ByuN trying to dive on top of the Colossus. Overcharge was popped in the main. Up! Mine shots not quite connecting. Across the map, Zealot Rabbi is going to slow down some of these reinforcements. Likewise, hitting the third base as well. ByuN is losing some SCVs, but not too many. Only 3 workers go down. But what's important, though, is that MaxPax does hold, and he does maintain his Colossus. 2 Colossi, a third Colossus is on the way. MaxPax, to make up for his lack of upgrades, he's throwing down 2 Forges to get into 1-1. But again, the lack of upgrades, that is pretty impactful. That is pretty important. That ByuN was able to stop that. Meanwhile, MaxPax taking a 4th base. He has a Zealot Rabbi set up here on the right. He's got another Zealot Rabbi on the left. Whenever ByuN decides to move out, Zealots are getting ready to go in. The main army is going to be pushing forward as well. Oh. Big mine shots are going to be going off. Zealot Rabbi is slipping into the natural. He's attempting to, at least. But the reinforcements, they arrive just in time. ByuN trying to dive on top of the Colossus, but is unsuccessful. ByuN, he did lose a big chunk of his army trying to push forward there. Yeah, we can see he only killed Zealots, really. Zealots and 2 Stalkers. Not a good trade for ByuN, but he does hold on to the majority of his Marauders. It's a very Marauder-heavy army. Ghost production has commenced for those EMPs. Once again, MaxPax getting ready for a counterattack. We have, this time, a drop getting ready for the main. We have a Zealot Rabbi on the left-hand side, another Zealot Rabbi here on the right. And MaxPax is getting his 4th base up and running. DTs have also hit the field. The Dark Shrine is done. DTs are waddling on out. The Vikings, they barely do miss that Prism. They will hunt it down. But the Zealots do make it into the main base. The Warp In will not complete. Ghost survives. At the same time, MaxPax pushing forward. DT has been revealed. Over on the left. Some nice hold position micro, but keen eyes from ByuN. He scans. He takes down the Dark Templar. And ByuN takes no damage. And now MaxPax, I'm worried for him. ByuN takes a supply lead. His economy is solid. His macro is solid as well. MaxPax has been throwing away a lot of Zealots, a lot of DTs, and he hasn't been getting anything for it. As a result, his main army is looking pretty small. But he has a Disruptor. He has a Purification Nova. ByuN stimming on 40 does land an EMP. Nova goes up. Takes off a Marauder, but there's just so much on the ground. ByuN looking to overwhelm the army of MaxPax. Another Nova goes off, but it will not connect. At the same time, we do have a Zealot run by. It is going to do a lot of damage across the map, but the main army of MaxPax is falling, and that is what matters most. ByuN, he gives up his 3rd base. At the same time, he chases down the Colossi. They go down one. Oh god, one after the other. Takes a takes it over to the face. But he cleans up the Disruptors, cleans up the Stalkers, takes down the 3rd. He's going to take another big Disruptor shot to the face as well, but alas, his main army is still looking unstoppable. 3rd base is back under control of ByuN. And what does MaxPax have left? He has Zealots and 1 Adept. Let's go. A couple of Stalkers are warped in as well. There's no high-tech units, no Colossus, no Disruptors, no Immortals, no Archons, no nothing. Just a purely Gateway army. Another Zealot run-by comes in, but we have reinforcements dealing with it. ByuN just looking to consolidate his forces, consolidate his army before pushing in. Another Dark Templar goes down, and yeah, MaxPax, he's down to nothing. He's down to a handful of Stalkers. We have a Disruptor on the way. Robo has been rebuilt, but it's going to take far too long. Overcharge, trying to buy some time. Good kiting here with these Zealots. Good on Burrow. GG gets called, and ByuN takes game number 1. GG. A very intense game 1 there from ByuN. Again, really solid defensive play. We saw MaxPax trying to break ByuN time and time again with these constant Zealot run-by, Zealot drops. The harassment didn't do anything, barely did anything. ByuN was able to keep up at every turn, shut it all down, and gain a lot of momentum in the process. Really solid, something that we don't get to see too often, right? I feel like ByuN, he has a bit of a reputation of being like very aggressive, and he did go for a Marine run-by, remember? There were some moments where he was able to pull away the attention. We saw a really good drop into the main as well, but it wasn't just the aggression of ByuN, it was the fact that he was able to keep up with the momentum and the speed of MaxPax, with MaxPax's aggression as well. So I do think ByuN's defensive play was really showcased quite well in that first game. And he's not just a speedy boy that's out on the map. That was a part of it, yes, but also his defensive play was looking on point. GG, well played. ByuN will take game 1, but that was merely game 1. It's a best of 5. Plenty of games ahead of us. And here we go. We're getting into game number 2 and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ancient Cistern. We have the Danish Protoss player representing Storm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. Leading the series 1-0. Again, a really powerful game one from ByuN. Can he do it again? I mean, already, MaxPax setting up here on the low ground. He has a better defensive setup. He's scouting, looking for proxy Raxes as well, before moving out across the map. And this time, ByuN doesn't send out an early SCV. He will not be going for an eBay block. Again, that's how it all started, right? It's like I have to wind it back a little bit. But yeah, it was a really back and forth game. There was so much coming into it, right? It was an eBay block into a 3 Rax from ByuN. A 3 Rax that couldn't really do anything because MaxPax was being so assertive and so in ByuN's face. But ByuN also wasn't wasteful with his 3 Rax. Even though it didn't do anything initially, he was biding his time, waiting for his Metavax. He was able to sneak out a couple of Marines, give himself an opening, give himself an opportunity, and yeah, it was a really solid game. As we are getting into game number 2. ByuN going for an economic opener, going for a Rax expand, is going for a CC on the high ground. Was that spotted, by the way? It was. It was seen here by MaxPax. He is aware of the CC. He is aware of the defensive position here of ByuN. And MaxPax is just getting ready back at home. Getting into his gate cyber expand. And nothing too fancy. The building positioning is really interesting to me. MaxPax is basically prematurely setting up a wall here at his natural, which will help against Hellion heavy styles. As MaxPax once again is going for a Twilight Council opener. Interesting. So we saw this last game. Last game, MaxPax went for a 3-gate Blinkstalker opener. Again, with a 3 gates, you only apply a bit of pressure, you gain map control, but you expand behind it. We'll see if MaxPax throws down additional gateways instead. Again, MaxPax, he is known, and he has found a lot of success with 4-gate Blinkstalker, but he hasn't done it yet in this series. And it's still early on in the series, to be fair. We're still very early on. Oh my god. As we have a 2-on-1 setup. Hello, ByuN. Okay. Interesting. Reaper gets across the map, and it looks like the Reaper will barely make it into the main base. Gets eyes on the Twilight Council, gets eyes on the Blink. As well as that second gateway. It's looking like a 2-gate opener into a 3rd. We'll see if additional gateways get thrown down. But yeah, this is really interesting here from ByuN. So he's building up his Marine count. It's very biocentric from ByuN. Setting up a mine drop as well. As he's working towards Stim. Meanwhile, we can see MaxPax did throw down additional gateways here. We have 3 gates in the main. We have 1 gate in the natural. Can we count? We can! It's 4-gate Blinkstalkers. 2 base 4-gate Blinkstalker here from MaxPax. Now, today we have seen a really interesting variation. MaxPax has been expanding behind this and taking a really fast 3rd base with this 4-gate Blink. He was able to use it with great success against both Clem and Oliveira today. We'll see if he can pull it off against ByuN. At the same time, here we go. We have a double drop into, sorry, we have a Metavac drop into the main base with 2 Winter Mines. It is going to be shut down though. Oof. Mines are going to be going off. ByuN does at least confirm the gateways. He sees all 4 gates. So ByuN, he knows exactly how aggressive his opponent is being. Oof, as the Stalker goes down. Decent trade for ByuN. Oh, ByuN, he was in position to intercept that Prism as well. He wasn't quite able to catch it. There we go. 4 Stalkers are being warped in at a time. Behind this, additional pylons are being thrown down. And ByuN has to take the role of the defender. Now, ByuN is getting fast stim. That is something to bear in mind. Tank is in position. Gets a, oh my god, a couple of shots off here on these Stalkers already. Stalkers, they slip in behind the mineral line. 4 SCVs. At the same time, MaxPax tried to slip into the into the natural as well, but he was denied. And ByuN is holding. He hasn't lost too much. And it's important that ByuN doesn't lose too much else, just because, again, his opponent is expanding and taking a third base behind this. MaxPax is focusing on his economy as the Prism is looking to sneak out. At the same time, the Stalkers are coming in to reinforce. MaxPax, he's blinking to the main base. The tanks are out of position. ByuN was in the middle of moving out. Oh, and he has lost control of the main. Big misstep here from ByuN, misjudging the situation. Oh, and a lot of Marines are going down. So many of them. 16 Marines just went down for 2 Stalkers, and just like that, ByuN, he lost the main bulk of his army, and he can't push out anymore. Like, how can he? He still has 3 tanks, yes, but he barely has an army to support it. As ByuN throws down a third CC, the Stalkers have appeared, and they slow down that third. They delay it. They're going for concussive shell. They will cancel it as well, and this is becoming too much damage. This is just becoming far too much. Again, it's one of those things where MaxPax, it's not like he's crippled the economy. He hasn't really killed too many SCVs. He hasn't killed too many tanks, but he's done so much more. Almost resetting the Marine count, delaying the third, denying concussive shell. Behind this MaxPax, he can freely drone up his, or probe up his third and get into a fourth. MaxPax is in control. And there's that fourth on the way. We have some splash damage as well with his Templar Archives heading towards Storm. Storm is prioritized. And ByuN is just fortifying himself. He's taking up into Ghosts. He knows that he can't pull off a 2-base all-in. It's just not going to happen. And ByuN, he's just being bullied here. Canceling depots. He's trying to push out. He's trying to establish his third if possible. He's not even waiting for it to become an orbital. He just wants his third here and now. ByuN finally does take his third. As he takes his third, MaxPax is working up towards 4 bases. Forge is done. Upgrades are well underway. Storm has completed. And how many High Templar do we have? We have 4 High Templar, each soon to be with 1 Storm. And ByuN, can he defend against this push? He's got a decent tank positioning. He's got Ghost for EMPs. But again, he's just had a really rough start to this game. As he moves out with a double drop, here comes MaxPax. From behind as well, we get a full surround. The tanks go down. Storm doesn't quite connect with the army, but it may not even need to. It may need to, though. But Zelsa coming in to reinforce, and yeah, MaxPax, he just has too much. He's breaking the third base, getting on top of the workers. 22 SCVs go down. Yeah, the Storms were a little bit lackluster, but regardless, the damage was done. The economy has been crippled. And MaxPax, he can back off, rebuild, remax from here. We have more High Templar back at home. Aerobotics Bay just finished up, so we can get into Colossus production. MaxPax is still in control. And as he's in control, a massive shout out to SE2 Full in the chat. A happy Jamie Solstice to you. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the grand finals of the very first edition of the Winter KungFu Cup. We are here in the finals. ByuN had a solid game 1, but here in game 2, he's had a rough go at it. MaxPax with its 4-gate Blink Stalker pulling him apart. Big Storm this time connecting with the army. And now ByuN is up against the wall. He's trying to resaturate this third base. We have a Zealot Rabbi being set up as well. Oof, as big storms are thrown down. And MaxPax doesn't quite have enough here to overwhelm the army, but at the same time, Zealots do come in from behind. pulling ByuN back. Colossus have appeared. MaxPax even taking a 5th base. Ay, ay, ay. We don't need a Papi. We're getting it anyway. Good EMP here on some of these Stalkers, but the Zealots, they push on forward from behind as well. The boys have to be pulled once again into Archons, into Colossi. Big warp in here. GG gets called. MaxPax overwhelms ByuN and takes game number 2. We have a series. GG. We do have a series again. Things weren't looking too bad for ByuN, but if you remember, it all came down to the moment when ByuN was in the middle of pushing out. As he pushed out, we saw a big blink into the main base, and MaxPax was able to just wreak havoc, trade so well, take down so many Marines, take down add-ons, delay the 3rd TC, get so far ahead from that initial move. And ByuN was just on the back foot from that moment. Even arguably a little bit before that as well. And with that, we are tied up 1-1. We're getting to game number 3. Let's go. The shout out was so wholesome. Oh. Oh no. Jaime, the sausage. So few people know what the hell we're talking about. Don't worry. Like, if you don't know about Jamie's sausage, then it's probably a good thing. It's probably, don't worry, you don't need to. It's a Terran thing. Oh god. So getting into game 3. Speaking of Terran, can ByuN bring it back here? Can we get it back and forth going, or does MaxPax have too much momentum after that last game? Here we go. We're going to find out. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Dragon Scales, we have the Danish Protoss player representing Storm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. Go. Of course, our players, I'm sure, resetting here after that last game. We're going to come at this with a fresh mind. And I'm really curious to see how ByuN is going to change his approach here, if at all. Same can be said for MaxPax. As MaxPax, he is looking for proxy racks is something very important, I do feel. ByuN, he's more than willing to proxy, even when he's ahead or even behind. Proxy racks are not outside of the realm of possibility, so MaxPax is taking that seriously and does quickly check before going for a probe scout. I'm sure we'll see a proxy racks at some point in this series, I'm sure. Meanwhile, the probe does dip into the main. It's going to be just a little bit of a nuisance, a little bit annoying. Forces one SCV off the mineral line to chase it down. As MaxPax is going for a gate expand into that cyber core. A little bit more greedy here from MaxPax, going for the Nexus before the cyber core. Meanwhile, ByuN going for an economic opener of his own, going for a racks expand. Only a single gas was taken, so a much more economic opener this time out of ByuN. Going for that faster CC on location. So economic openers all around. But we'll see what this leads into. So far, we haven't seen a Stargate opener yet from MaxPax. Just pure Twilight Council in this series. We saw a Stargate against Clem. If you remember, it was the ace match. The ace match of MaxPax versus Clem today. And MaxPax did overwhelm Clem with his Phoenixes. But we're not seeing that yet, as the Twilight Council is thrown down. So Blink Stalkers are going to be on the way. The question becomes, how many gateways will we see from MaxPax? How dedicated, how committed are we going to be? And how economic as well? Back at home, ByuN getting into his 1-1-1. We noted last game that ByuN had more of a 2-1-1 setup. He did delay his starport for a second Rex, which led into a faster stim. But here instead, just a much more standard 1-1-1. Widowmine on the way. I imagine soon to be a medevac and a drop on the horizon as well. As MaxPax is just trying to get an eye on things. Going to be shading with his adept. If at any moment the wall is down, he'll be able to get into the main and get a full scout. But ByuN is on top of that. Is going to be denying that scout. Meanwhile, across the map, that one lone Hellion gets a probe. Not bad. Sees a gateway at the natural as well. So far, it is going to be 2 gates blink. Ah, there's a third. So far, it's going to be 3 gate blink stalkers here from MaxPax. And did I say 3? I should correct myself and say 4. As a 4th gateway is thrown down. Of course it is. So 4 gate blink stalker from MaxPax. Once again, it is his bread and butter. It's his comfort zone. It's a safe place. As we do see that one singular mine drop slipping into the main base. It's only one mine. It's not designed to do too much damage. It's designed to scout more than anything. And there we go. We have eyes on the Twilight Council. We have eyes on the upgrade. And the 2 gateways. 2 gateways in the main have been spotted. 1 gateway was spotted here at the natural. So we are aware of at least 3 gates. ByuN knows that his opponent is going to be quite aggressive with blink stalkers. And he's getting ready back at home. Bunker on the way. Tank production has commenced as well. Ooh, and we're not done with harassment. The Widowmine was saved, and the Raven is making its way towards the natural as well. So even though MaxPax wants to be aggressive, he's going to be forced to keep some stalkers back at home. There we go. The stalkers, they turn back around. Raven does not go down at the same time. Widowmine drop comes back in. Up! Widowmine will get targeted down. Good reactions here out of MaxPax, not really losing much of anything. Meanwhile, across the map, he does manage to get the warp in. 4 stalkers at a time. Slips into the main. Will take down a depot. Can he get much else? Not the best positioning here from ByuN. He can't protect his production, and yeah, the add-on is going to be denied. That will slow down medevacs. As we go for another warp into the main. Oof. ByuN, he's in some trouble. The stalkers, they want to dive into the tank, and they will! The first tank does go down. Second tank arrives. Stim is still on the way. And is this already becoming too much? Once again, another denial of that add-on. The medevacs. It's going to take a long time to get them out. They just continue to be delayed time and time again. And Raven gets sniped as well. Big losses for ByuN. Big delay. Behind this, MaxPax is expanding. He's taking a third. He's not all in. He's transitioning. We have charge on the way and a forge. It looks like MaxPax, he's content with the damage that he's done, but he's still getting more. As he delays the gas geyser, takes down a Marauder. For a Stalker. 2 SCVs in the main base as well, and yeah, ByuN, he's just really struggling to keep up here. Now, he's not going for an all-in. We do have a 3rd CC on the way, but MaxPax, he just warps in another wave of Stalkers. He just doesn't care. Maybe he should, though. He does lose the Stalker in the end. And this time, ByuN is able to keep up. Bold move, but ByuN, in the midst of this defense, he's going for a drop. And this is what he needs to do. He needs to try to come back in some way, and there's a lot of potential. A lot of potential in this one medevac drop. There's not much at home to defend. As I wonder, has MaxPax noticed that the Marines are missing here at the natural? The Observer does spot the medevac back at home. We warp in a couple of units. We have Zealots, we have Sentries. He does move out of position, though. He forces a recall. Artosis pylon does go down. Depowering a bunch of gateways, but not the most impactful pickoff. It does at least force the recall, and that means that ByuN can expand. ByuN, he can finally take a third base, move out with the rest of his army. He's created some breathing room for himself. And he has quite a large force here. He has a pretty comparable army to that of MaxPax. MaxPax, he does miss the move out. And we could end up in a weird base trade. Oh, as the Stalker army is woefully out of position. Do we push in or do we come back home? We just recalled. Oh, and MaxPax, he's racing his way back home. Tanks are in position. ByuN pushing forward. The Stalkers are coming in from behind. They're attempting to come in from behind. Last, once again, massive tank volleys are going to be going off. One tank goes down, but so many Stalkers are falling. Oh, this is not a good trade for MaxPax. He's losing too much, and ByuN is getting out of control. One tank still does survive. As it finally will go down, but we have plenty of Marines and Marauders on the ground. MaxPax, he missed the move out. He wasn't ready for it. He was not at home, and it looks like MaxPax's third base has been broken. No shield batteries, no units whatsoever. And probes are getting hunted down one after the other. The Colossus does arrive, and with that, we should be able to force this back, but the damage has been done. The damage has been done as we just focus on whatever workers we can. Reinforcements arrive, GG gets called, and ByuN breaks free and takes game number 3. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. ByuN taking a lead in this series. As he takes a lead, a massive shout out to Ranger in the chat. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session as we are here in the grand finals of the WTL Winter KungFu Cup. We're here in the finals. It's a best of 5. So even though ByuN won game number 3, even though he's ahead in the series, we still have more games ahead of us. We still have more games. Coming from behind. Exactly. It's the best way to come, Bobby. Oh no. As we are getting ready here for our next game. Again, MaxPax, he was doing well for himself, you know, just containing his opponent. Was doing well, just delaying the production as well from ByuN, but he missed the move out. It wasn't just that. That one drop, that one medevac drop, it forced the army to recall back home. It wasted the recall, more importantly. It wasted the recall, and it also created an opening here for ByuN to finally break free from his 2 bases, take a third, and move out with his army unscouted, unseen. GG. With that, he was able to get across the map and swiftly end the game. And now we're getting into potentially the final game of the series. ByuN needs uno mas. One more win here for ByuN, and he will be this week's champion. Otherwise, MaxPax needs to win this game to force the ace match, to force game 5. Personally, give me more games. Give more games. Give me a game 5. That is what I want, but it's up to the players. As we're loading into our next game, it is going to be on Babylon. Here we go. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Babylon, we have the Danish Protoss player representing Storm Gaming. It is MaxPax. He's up against the wall. He needs to win this game to force the ace match. Meanwhile, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player 1 game away from becoming this week's KFC champion. He wants that bucket. He wants that chicken. Representing Shopify Rebellion, it is ByuN. I should have had some KFC today. I was very tempted. I was so tempted to order some KFC for the KungFu Cup. Next time. We can maybe we can have a mukbang. I'll have like a Zinger burger on stream or something. We'll have some popcorn chicken. Ah. Hi. As for now, ByuN is going to be setting up here for a Rax Expand. Once again, a single gas opener here. Very economic out of ByuN. Meanwhile, MaxPax a little bit paranoid. He's going to be scouting here on the left-hand side, making sure that he isn't being proxied before going for a probe scout across the map. Making sure everything is on the up and up. As this time, we don't have a gate expand. This time, MaxPax is going for a cyber core before that Nexus. Remember, last game he was a little bit greedier. He cut some corners. This time, a safer opener with a faster cyber core. As across the map, MaxPax being a bit of a nuisance, delaying the CC here of ByuN may force it off center as well. Oh, as ByuN is forced to throw down the CC on the high ground. So a nice little delay here from MaxPax. It means that, one, the CC itself was delayed, but now it has to take more time to float over and actually get on location. So a nice little win for MaxPax. I say a little win, but he actually hasn't scouted the main, so he doesn't quite know about the opener, but I'm sure he can piece it together. The fact that there was an SCV on the low ground is enough of a tell. Is a tell as we're getting into our game, and oh my god, for the first time, MaxPax is not going for a Twilight Council opener. We don't have Blink. He can do something other than Blink Stalkers. He's crazy. he's lost his mind. It's gonna be a Stargate opener instead from MaxPax, so he is switching things up here. He's up against the wall. He has to mix things up. He has to adapt here to his opponent. I'm loving that we are going to be switching things into a Stargate instead. This should be into Phoenixes. We could go Oracle first and then Phoenixes just for some economic damage first. We'll see. We'll see what MaxPax goes for, as his first unit of choice is a Phoenix, not an Oracle. So Phoenixes are on the way. Again, this is just an alternate route to gain map control. This is also a much more greedier route as well. Phoenixes, they don't just grant you map control, but they give you a little bit more freedom to tech up into something like Robo, into Colossus production. The last time we saw a Stargate opener from MaxPax, it was Game 3 against Clem, and he actually didn't go Phoenix Colossus. If you remember, he went Phoenix into Charge Lots instead. It's a great effect. So that is another option here for MaxPax. Meanwhile, back at home, ByuN getting into his 1-1-1, working on tank production, did make a safety Cyclone to begin with, and it's going to work wonders because Cyclone is going to be protecting the main base here from said Phoenixes, as the Phoenixes dip in, and they get locked on. Really good movement here out of ByuN, getting some hull damage on that Phoenix. Doesn't get a kill, but that will come into play later on. Very nice movement here from our Terran player. Back at home, it is going to be a Robo, not a Twilight Council, so this is looking like Phoenix Colossus, or the beginnings of Phoenix Colossus. Meanwhile, these Phoenixes are still looking for a way in, still trying to break the defenses here of ByuN. Get a read on what is going on. But last, ByuN is able to keep up. He's in position. He is just pushing MaxPax back at every turn. And there's that Robotics Bay on the way. So again, MaxPax, he's working towards those Colossi. Oh my god. As the Phoenixes are trying to push into the main base, though, ByuN, he pulls the boys. He's moving through the center of the map. We have two tanks safely tucked away in that medevac as well. And MaxPax is not ready for this. He does have an Immortal on the way. He has a shield battery as well. A couple of reinforcements are getting called out. But the tanks, they have arrived. They have arrived. They're getting within range of the production of the shield battery. Shield battery is going to be going down. The Immortal comes out just in time. Good target firing on that Cyclone. As it looks like ByuN, he's pushing forward even further. So aggressive with these tanks. The Liberator arrives as well. This is a two-base all-in here out of ByuN. He is looking to end the game here and now. Reinforcements are on the way. The Phoenixes are still going to pick off whatever they can. Zealots try to push in. The Phoenixes are coming from behind. But no, they cannot engage. The Robo's under threat, and this Colossus should not come out. The Overcharge is trying to keep it alive. Up. Phoenixes, they come in once again, but they cannot deal with the tanks. The repairs are too good. GG gets called. ByuN will not be broken. And MaxPax will, as ByuN is going to be this week's KungFu Cup champion. GG. Very crisp 2-base all-in from ByuN. Avoids the Phoenixes, gets across the map unscouted, and was able to just push his way into that natural, get on top of the production, get on top of the robo. That Colossus was not going to come out. The Phoenixes could not engage. Whenever they did, it wasn't just the Marines being in position, but the SCVs on the low ground. They were putting in a lot of work, keeping those tanks alive, repairing as hard as they could. GG. Congratulations. Congratulations to ByuN for becoming our champion. My condolences, but also a shout out to MaxPax as well, because MaxPax, he had an amazing run getting all the way to the finals. MaxPax, he took down Clem, he took down Oliveira, world champion, a regional champion. Like, he took down some big Terran players to make it to the finals. ByuN was a bit of a different beast, but it's ByuN, and you know, there's no shame. There's no shame in coming in second, so GG, well played. Congratulations to both of these lovely players. A shout out as well to Clem and Solar, as Clem and Solar, they did end up taking 3rd and 4th place. Do we have any updates on that, by the way? I'm quickly double checking, trying to check the bracket here. Do we have an update on Clem versus Solar? I believe that was a best of 3. That is a best of 3, but we don't have any updates yet, so we're not quite certain how that series progressed. But regardless, they are duking it out, and you know, I'm sure maybe their series has ended. We're just waiting for some updates, waiting for some of those results to come in. Regardless, GG, well played. And I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. For those that are maybe tuning in for the first time, and if you don't know what this is, of course, the KungFu Cup. The KungFu Cup, and basically this event goes on hiatus. Oh, actually, I have confirmation. Oh my god. This event goes on hiatus when World Team League goes on hiatus. Basically, whenever there's a season of World Team League that is ongoing, we have World Team League over the weekend and KungFu Cup during the week itself. When WTL wraps up, so does KungFu Cup. So they come together with the seasons, and we do have an off-season period where these events go on hiatus. So that's why there's been a bit of a lull period without KungFu Cups, but it has since returned. It has since returned, and oh my god, congratulations. Yeah, congratulations not just to ByuN and MaxPax, but we have confirmation. Hold on, I gotta... As we do have some results coming in. And there it is. We have ByuN as number 1, MaxPax as number 2, Clem as number 3, and Solar as number 4. So congratulations to Clem for taking 3rd place, and to Solar for taking 4th place as well. So yeah, we have a top 4. Congratulations. Which means Clem beat Solar. It was 2-0. Clem beat Solar 2-0, taking that 3rd place. GG. With that, we are going to be done for today. Hope you all enjoyed the broadcast. It was a bit of a longer one, almost 5 hours, but mate, we had such a massive bracket. It was an insane bracket that we went through. I wasn't quite ready for it, Papi, after that. A lot of matches were had today. A lot of matches, a lot of games, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. Hope everyone had a good time. If you enjoyed the broadcast, if you want to tune into more of it, we're going to be live in a couple of days. I say a couple of days. Let me just double check. I believe we have tomorrow off. Checking the calendar. Yes, yeah, we have tomorrow off. So technically, I could do a replay cast tomorrow. We could end up casting like ESL Open Cup ESL Open Cup Europe, or maybe an old Home Story Cup cast. Or we have options if we really wanted to, but we are going to be taking tomorrow off here, just a day off, just to recover, just to recuperate, for a good reason, because the weekend is stacked. The weekend is stacked full of StarCraft. Friday, we have World Team League, the return of World Team League Code S. Saturday, we have 3 events. We have KSL, into GPO, into WTL. So we have three events on Saturday. And we have a bunch of events on Sunday. We have Sparkling Tuna Cup into WTL on Sunday as well. And maybe the Aristory Championship at the end of the night. So a lot of StarCraft over the weekend. A lot of StarCraft. So leading into it, we want to take it easy. We want to rest our voices. You know, just get ourselves going. And by rest our voices, I mean tomorrow I'm just going to ladder. And I'm going to smooch. I'm going to have a bit of a cheeky ladder stream. If you're interested, !light in the chat. And you can follow me, !_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. You can click on my name on the Twitch title if you're interested. Otherwise, if you're only interested in our own tournament broadcast on the CranKy Ducklings, then !socials in the chat, and you will get a link to our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Discord, all that good stuff. All things CranKy Ducklings. As yeah, we are CranKy Ducklings everywhere. Everywhere. We have a YouTube channel where we upload on a daily basis, and we have a Patreon that you can support us as well, if you wish. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support. We'll see you guys next week for the next KungFu Cup, or we'll see you guys in 2 days for World Team League Code S. Oh, it's back, Bobby. It is back, and I'm going to be casting with Asher over the weekend. He's coming back as well. It's going to be beautiful. Until then, thanks for watching, thanks for the support. Stick around, we're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. Not too sure who, maybe Mr. Sadsack, maybe Poison, maybe someone else. I'll have to go over the list and we'll find someone. Until then, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye. Hasta luego.